Welcome to the Restoration Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Dennison. Thanks so much for joining me for today's broadcast. Today I want to introduce you to 3 habits of highly effective business owners. It wouldn't be a bad idea to pull off the shelf and dust off Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People as you begin to pick up speed into this new year. You will likely find it both convicting and inspiring. None of us are who or what we want to be, though some of us are further down the road to that goal than others. Let me remind you of several really good habits that, when developed, will help you guide your business to becoming what you want it to be. The first is to inspect what you expect. Few workers enjoy being held accountable. It runs against the grain of our makeup. Imagine being told what to do and then having someone watching you to ensure that you actually do it. That is essentially what accountability is all about. Having tasks and responsibility that others will ensure you actually accomplish. Does your office staff change gears when you leave the building? As in slowing down and taking more and longer breaks? Do your estimators leave money on the table through poor estimating practices or lack of expertise with Xactimate? Do you get regular complaints from customers about quality of work or a long punch list when you are told the job is done? Owners, many of the biggest problems you face are because you fail to inspect. In business, we typically call this practice supervision. If you expect it, then you must be able to inspect it in order to provide accountability that leads to achieving it. Your office manager or executive manager needs to be an extension of yourself, not a smoking buddy with everybody else. This person is in your orbit. They must feel your responsibility, be loyal to you alone, and require the same levels of behavior from others that you require when you're gone. Someone, probably the owner, should inspect most estimates. The owner may not be an estimator per se, but they need to be more familiar with Xactimate and its inner features than any estimator. You'll save yourself tens of thousands of dollars by mastering Xactimate and reviewing estimates regularly. As your business expands at both the mitigation and construction levels, site supervisors must be planned for. To do more construction with less supervision will cost you in the long run. To ensure quality finish, customer satisfaction, insurance carrier approval, and faster payments, you must provide regular site inspections and overall accountability for your work. It's important that you ensure that what needs to be done is actually done. The second really good habit is to save some time and energy to work on your business rather than using up all that you have working in it. There is so much work to be done today and every day. Some owners work themselves to a frazzle trying to keep up with it all. The tyranny of the urgent can lead to poor relationships, poor health, and to poor performance, both personal and in business. My most impacting moment in 10 years of restoration ownership, having grown from a startup to a hyper-growth company, was when I realized that I was working too much in the business and not enough on it. I was actually becoming an obstacle to growth, and that needed to change. We each have our limits to what we can do and to our personal energy reserve. Once we hit the wall, down we go, and everyone who depends upon us for their success suffers loss. No one will chart the growth and development of the business but you. If you are caught up in the daily grind of running the business, you'll never find the creativity, focus, time, and determination to do more than what you are currently doing. As an owner, you need to work on the business and have a clear plan in place for your next 3 hires that will replace the operational role you are filling. As you grow, you must increasingly have time to work on the business, developing processes, procedures, and people who will perform the work in it. The third habit is to manage processes, not people. How do you know when you are failing at this? Others will tell you that you're a micromanager. They complain that you are into every detail, always telling others what to do. Managers don't think for themselves and don't work independently from you. If you have ever worked for a micromanager, you will recall that it was a pretty dissatisfying experience. So the opposite needs to be true. Owners need to be developers of processes that help guide and automate workflow. Training staff to help develop processes and follow them in their daily duties enables others to work on their own, even when you are not present or looking over their shoulder. Once processes are clearly delineated and have been tested and proven to work, you can focus your attention on outcomes and results. Those are performance issues. How well is your staff performing the task, and are they reaching the goals you have set? You may find that some processes need altering, modifying, adding, or deleting. This learning may come from the person utilizing them, or it may be discovered when results are lacking. In any event, focusing your time on creating systems that work and building people will produce more and will get you to the results you want. If you are not getting the results you want, first look at the processes you have in place. Once you are satisfied with them, you can turn your attention to individual performance in order to reach greater results. Be the best boss you can. You are as much responsible for your individual performance as each of your employees are for theirs. Be the best you can be, and this may lift the entire business to new levels of success. Thanks for joining me for this session of the Restoration Entrepreneurs Podcast. Visit me on my website at www.growmyrestorationbusiness.com, where you will find blogs, webinars, podcasts, and other really great material to help you grow your business. See you the next time on the Restoration Entrepreneurs Podcast as the series goes on.